third and final form of responsible for not is standard form. Okay. O stop and B is the y-intercept. Guys, make sure you're jotting that stuff down. Okay, that's how you graph, and we're going to be using that today. Miss Phoebe, what is point slope form?
Y minus y1 equals 8 times the quantity of x minus x1.
Well, good. You guys go off to Maine South knowing both those already? Okay, that's awesome. Phoebes, give me, what do you know about one of
M is the slope.
M is the slope. Again. Right, x1, y1. I call it a known point. You know a point. Or yo, Miss P!
Hey!
Hey!
What's up?
For real?
Are you on the phone?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm being calm. Tell me to be calm.
Happy
You want me to pick up
birthday.
the phone?
No.
You want me to pick up the phone?
No.
Yes.
Don't do it.
What's up?
What's that from, girl?
I got through part 2.
What's up?
I thought it was.
Why is this being recorded?
With rationalizing denominators, yeah.
Ow, ow.
Yeah.
YOLO.
Go all the way down. How many pages was it?
Sucker.
Look at me, I had 3 pages day 1 and 2 pages in day 2. And then 2 pages in day 2. It was in the file that I got. Let me send you 2 real quick? Okay. Alright, fine. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Now, guys, like I said, I think you guys have done a great. Guys, watch what you say. We're being taped.
Oh, I have 2.
Oh, wow. Now you know that.
Alright, does anybody know? I think we've already said it a couple times the last couple days. What standard form?
Oh, it's something with an A and an X.
Is it A1 minus B1 equals C?
Donnie gets an A for the day.
Yay!
Hey, let me write it once and talk about it. AX, capital AX. The X is just regular X, but capital AX plus BY equals C. Okay, for some reason we capitalize it, but doesn't really matter. I know. Now, X and Y will stay X and Y, just like the other forms had an X and a Y in them. A, B, and C are going to be numbers. Okay, look down at the couple examples below.
Okay.
2x plus y equals 3. A is 2, B is 1 there, and C is 3 there. Capiche? Okay, A, B, and C must be, more specifically, that's what they said last week, numbers. What kind of numbers?
Positive.
No, good guess though.
Integers.
Linear.
What's a better word than whole numbers, guys?
Integers.
Integers.
Not integers,
Integers.
integers. Integers. What does that mean?
Numbers.
A number that is not a decimal.
Billy, talk. You're being smart now. Billy, say it.
A number that's not a decimal.
Right, guys. Instead of thinking what they have to be integers, think of what they cannot be. Okay?
Or a fraction.
No fractions, no decimals. And tomorrow we'll get into what happens if A, B, or C is a fraction or a decimal. We'll clear our fractions. We're gonna do that tomorrow. Today will be easier stuff. You guys will like this stuff we do today. Oh, you'll get good at it. Angie.
Doesn't point slope form simplified as standard?
And if you move things around the right way, and actually point slope form is easier to get into slope intercept form than to standard form.
Yeah,
Because you would distribute your slope and add or subtract that number to both sides, and it's in slope intercept form.
we did
That's
that.
something we're gonna do that later.
But then where would you get the B?
Then you get Don't worry about
Doesn't matter. We get the pages.
tomorrow. We're going to take them from slope-intercept form and put them into standard.
Because
It's easy. It's not bad.
on
Anyway, let's do today's stuff first. Also, another very important thing. I don't mean Connor and Ostap. I know you guys have switched seats, but you guys need to shut your mouths if you guys are going to sit there. Too much? Yeah. Something important. I know it sounds tough about this. A, the variable A, must be, besides an integer, what else do you think the variable A has to be? Or the number A has to be? Say it again. Positive. Okay? Some teachers are strict about that, some teachers are not. A can be negative. But let's just be aware of that.
What
All right,
happens if A is negative?
Say again?
What happens if A is negative?
What happens if A is negative?
Reverse.
It's not standard form. And then what you would do, Bill, think about it. You make it divide both sides by -1.
Yeah.
And that would make A become positive. And we will do that eventually. Okay. All right. Trace, loud and proud. Read us the directions to example 1.
Each question is written in standard form. Solve each for y to put the equation into slope-intercept form. Then state the slope and the y-intercept. Then graph the equation.
Okay. You're going to be doing lots of things here. You're going to take your equation that's in, what form is it in to begin with? Standard form. You're going to solve it for y to put it into slope-intercept form. So you're going to put it into y equals mx plus b form. Then you're going to state the slope and the y-intercept, then you're going to graph it. Okay? You need to do that a lot. Let's see. 2x plus y equals 3. What would you do to both sides to start to get y by itself? You already know the answer to this one. You guys are good. I would not switch it around because y is on the good side. Oh, just move that 2x over there? Just move it because that's the way it's got to be? Yeah, you're making no sense, Kevin.
subtract 2x from both sides.
Emily, what would you do? Guys, you've got to mathematically move things around. You guys know how to move things around. So let's subtract 2x from both sides. Okay? What's 2x minus 2x?
0.
0. Nothing. Cross that off. Okay? What do we still have on the left side? As I asked.
Very
Y
fun.
equals
2x plus 3.
now
Negative 2x plus 3.
negative 2x plus 3. First of all, and kids had a hard time last period to understand, the 3 and the 2x are not like term. You can't combine those together. So I'm going to put negative 2x first, and then why is it plus 3 at the end of that?
Because the 3 is positive.
Because the 3 is positive. And then here's my question, because last period they wanted to do this. They wanted to write the answer, y equals 3 minus 2x. Because that's what they see there, 3 minus 2x. I get it. Why is that not the way to write your answer and the way it blew it? You've got to put your x's first on the right side. Because that's what slope-intercept form is. Okay, is that one wrong? Mathematically? No. It's just you gotta, when you switch things around, make sure you take the sign with it. And that's why the 2x is negative and the 3 is positive. So, now we've got the slope-intercept form. Y equals?
Graph it.
Everybody state the slope and the y-intercept and graph it. And use a straight edge.
Done.
Allie, what's the slope of that line?
-2.
What's the y-intercept?
3.
Okay, so everybody put a big old point on the y-axis at 3. Get more points using a slope of negative 2 over 1. So I'm going to go up 2 and left 1, or down 2 and right 1. Use a straight edge, draw your line. So today, I'm taking equations that are in standard form, solving them for y, and graphing them. Lots going on here. Next one. What would you do to both sides, guys, to start to get what?
X.
Yeah, this is going to be a two-stepper, I'll tell you that right now. But first step is, because x is positive, I'm going to subtract an x from both sides.
Would the negative y just be y?
Can you lose, the negative sign in front of that y, guys, needs to stay there. So negative y equals, don't lose that negative sign.
Negative x plus, or, yeah.
Negative x plus 4 or negative x minus 4?
-4.
Negative x minus
And you
4.
have to divide each
Oh my
side
goodness, what
by.
just happened there? That was weird.
You have to divide each side by -1.
Well, Harrison, don't be a bragger now. Glad that you know that. Negative x minus 4. Now, you can't have a negative sign in front of your y. Okay? So, well, actually, what number, guys, is in front of that y?
1.
Right, with the negative sign, it'd be -1, right? So let's divide both sides by -1, and all that does is change all the signs everywhere. Make sure you divide everything by -1. So, what does y equal?
X plus 4.
X plus 4. State the slope and state the y-intercept. It's not that easy.
Yeah, it is.
Donnie, what's the slope of that line?
1.
Very good. Without hesitation, Mr. Minetti, nice job. What's the y-intercept?
4.
You were the man. Everybody graph it. A y-intercept of 4 and a slope of 1. Up 1 over 1, down 1 left 1. Use a straight edge. There's no cards up here. Remember, positive slopes go up and to the right. Negative slopes go down and to the right. A positive slope over there and a negative slope here.
Oh, there's 2.
Okay?
Why is this so
I don't
hard?
like this.
Why?
It takes effort. You can only do half of it today and half tomorrow.
Oh no, we're doing all of it today.
Cool. There's like too many.
All right. What if there's a coefficient in front of the y? What if there's a b? Okay, a b of 2 instead of just 1.
Then you divide it by 2.
Oh, well, we're going to eventually do that. All right, this is a two-stepper. Rothstein, first step.
Subtract x from both sides.
Guys, everybody, subtract x from both sides. Show your work. X minus x, boom, cancels. That's what we're doing. We're getting y by itself. We're putting it in slope-intercept form. M, what does each side now say?
2y equals -1 x plus 6.
Equals
Negative x plus 6.
negative x plus 6. Did you want to put a 1 there in front of your x? You could do, guys, it kind of made sense to other kids if you wrote negative 1x, you get a better chance of seeing what's going to happen next. But I'm not going to write it because you guys are smart enough not to. Em, do you know the next step? Divide both sides by 2. All right, here's the deal. On that right side, you've got 2 pieces over there. You've got a negative x plus 6. You have to divide all of that by 2, not just part of it. Anybody think they know what the answer might be? If you put the 1 in front of the x, you're going to get it better. Miss Teddy, what do you think? That's what they said last period. It's close. You're close. You're right there. But negative x divided by 2 doesn't make negative 2x. It's division, not multiplication. So you're right there. The plus 3 at the end, guys, is perfect. Does everybody see where plus 3 comes from? You got to divide 6 by 2, but you got to divide negative 1 by 2, not multiply. Harrison, what do you think it is?
Negative 1/2 x.
Negative 1/2 x plus 3. And that's why I said if you put that little sneaky negative 1 in front of your x, you will see it better. Now, I guess here's my question to everybody. Is 1 divisible by 2? Like evenly?
No.
Leave it a fraction.
Yes.
If you can't do it, leave it a fraction because that's how you see slopes, guys. Rise over run. Okay? So your equation should be y equals negative 1/2 x plus 3. State the slope and the y-intercept. Harms, what is the slope and the y-intercept?
The slope's -1/2.
Got it?
And the y-intercept's 3.
Excellent. Guys, use that information in graphic. Go. Be careful with your negative slope. I'm going to put a big old point on 3. A negative 1/2 slope means I'm going to go up 1 and left 2, or down 1 and right 2. My straight edge. Boom. There's the equation. X plus 2y equals 6. Graphed. Okay? All right, let's try a more difficult one. Step by step. Trace, first step on D.
You subtract 2x. Yeah, 2x from each side.
Everybody, subtract 2x from each side. No yawning. No, it's not the most exciting thing in the world, but I'm trying.
So that would be negative 3y equals negative 2x minus x.
Dude, you're the man. Way to remember your negative sign in front of that 3y. Last step.
You divide, wait.
Yeah, you're right. Say it.
You divide negative 3 from each side.
Yeah, so you divide both sides.
So divide both sides by negative 3.
Yes, that's how you say it, guys. Divide both sides by negative 3. We will be nice to you in the fact that the b, the y-intercept, will always work out nice and neat. We will not give you something like 6 divided by 10 as your y-intercept. That would be mean. Okay? Tracy, can you give me the answer?
2/3 x minus 2/3 x plus 1/2
No.
plus 2.
6 divided by 3, guys.
They're
2.
both negatives.
And why is it positive, Trace, at the end?
Because they both divide by negatives.
Yeah, they're both 2 negatives divided. Why is the slope positive?
It's divided by negative.
Yeah, you're dividing 2 negatives together. Okay? So everybody jot down their slope and the y-intercept. You guys, on your homework, don't skip this step. Please, please, please. I know you see them right there, but jot them down. Graphic, go. 2 up 2 over 3. Did negative slope, man. There you go. And just kind of scratch up. There you go. All right. Next one. Kids get all bent out of shape about that 0. Do not stress out or freak out about the 0. Not a big deal. Okay? Dev, first step on E.
Subtract the 4 from both sides.
There's no 4 in this problem.
4x.
Thank you. Subtract 4x from both sides. What's each side now say, Devin?
Negative 4x. 3y equals negative 4x.
Perfect. Last period wanted to write plus 0. Should
You
write
can
plus
if
0?
you want.
You can if you want. Should you do it?
No.
Probably not. You can if you want, though. Last step, Dev.
Divide negative 4 by 3.
Well, say divide both sides.
Divide both sides
By 3, exactly. To get rid of that coefficient, guys, in front of your y, you got to divide both sides by 3. What does y equal, Dev?
negative 1 and 1/3.
Do not use your calculator.
Negative 1 and 1/3.
Look at it. He thinks if he looks away from his calculator, he's not using his calculator. Guys, how do we write our answer? It's the slope. Don't do anything to it except to reduce it. If you could reduce it, just negative 4/3 x. Don't use your calculator and do negative 1.3 repeating x, because that's what your calculator would say. Okay, we want it fractions. Okay, because that's what slope rides over run. We want it in a fraction form. Dev, what's the slope of that line?
Negative 4/3.
Genius. Devin, what's the y-intercept?
0.
0.
Which is on the origin.
Which is, this line goes through the origin.
It is the origin.
What's that?
It is the origin.
Yes.
Origin. It's the origin.
Yes, it is the origin. So the line goes through the origin. Harrison's going to argue with me. No, it's the origin. All right. Put a big old point at the origin. Negative 4/3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Straight edge it. Okay? All right. Next one. Here's our first problem, guys, where A is negative. So technically, that ain't in standard form.
So let's not do it.
Oh, got it. No. What would you do to both sides to start to get y by itself? Add x. You guys know how to do this. Everybody add an x to both sides, please.
Remember when you told us if like the principal or somebody comes in to know we're asking
Yeah,
questions?
right hand, left hand rule. said only big wigs. Then Mr. Durkop came in and you guys started doing right hand, left hand. I said, Mr. Durkop's not a big wig. Colin, what does each side now say?
Negative 3y equals x plus 9.
Nice.
Divide by 3. Both sides. Divide by negative 3.
Thank you, Colin.
And then m equals negative 1/3, b equals negative 3.
Well, give me the equation. Y equals? I need the answer.
Y equals negative 1/3 x plus negative 3, or minus 3.
Minus 3 or plus negative 3. Does not matter. Great question. I knew that was going to come up. What's the coefficient of the x on the right side? A little sneaky 1, right, Catherine? And then 1's not divisible by negative 3, so you just leave it negative 1/3. Fractions, guys. I know, well, he said at the beginning of this there was not supposed to be any fractions. That's in slope-intercept form. There are fractions. In standard form, there's no fractions. So, Colin, back to you. What's the slope in the y-intercept?
Slope is negative 1/3 and the y-intercept is negative 3.
Sweet. Graph your y-intercept at negative 3 and a slope of negative 1/3. Go up 1, left 3. Maybe do it right. You just draw lines randomly. All right, last page. You guys are doing great. We already did that one. Oh, how weird things happen.
Does it make like 7 other copies?
All right, this is what you see. All right, there's our G and H guys are our two buddies, Bucks and Hoy. Okay, write down the word next to each equation that you think it's dealing with. Okay. Tara Burke, the G, Bucks or Hoy? Bucks. How'd you know that? Because it's an x equals line. That's what the X in Bucks stands for. Okay. Tara, tell me two or three things you know about that line before we do anything else. Guys, it's a vertical line. It's an undefined what? Undefined slope. And then do you know where the vertical line is located at? Yeah, at negative 3, right? So everybody find where x is negative 3 and draw a vertical line there. You guys know vertical, horizontal. Boom. Question. Pretty good.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
Guys, Bucks and Hoy will get you through the special cases so quickly.
I think everything should be good.
I agree.
Let's take a vote
Next
on
one,
it.
we're going to write Hoy.
I think.
Okay. Jack Muir, how would we graph that one? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Me? What?
Go ahead, write a question. Who said it? I got a question.
No one says that.
I'm hearing things then.
No, I heard someone say it.
I didn't say it.
I did it.
I did.
Jack Muir, how do we graph it?
Nobody said it.
We would put the point on positive on the y.
Y-axis, positive 4. Horizontal line. Okay? You guys good with Bucks and Hoy? All right, let's step it up. Try a couple. Kind of tough one, but not too bad. Actually, some people looking at I say, "Oh, that's easier than what we've done before." Why is I easy?
Because you don't have to do anything with
Step
the
is
y.
Right, because the Y doesn't have a coefficient in front of it. We won't have to divide both sides by that.
Why is bad?
So go do it. Talk me through it, Maeve.
You divide 5 by both sides.
No, you're just saying things trying to sound smart.
You don't divide, you subtract.
Okay.
You subtract 5 from both sides. 5x from both sides.
All right, everybody, subtract 5x from both sides. Do that, Maeve, and tell me what each side now says.
Y equals negative 7.
If you combine those two, I might hurt you.
Oh, just kidding.
They're not like
Negative
terms.
5x minus or plus. Just kidding. Minus 2.
Negative 5x minus 2.
Just kidding, plus.
I'm not sure. What problem are we on?
I.
Okay. Maybe tell me the slope and the y-intercept of that line.
The slope is negative 5,
Very good.
and the y-intercept is negative 2.
Excellent. Everybody graph that one. A y-intercept of negative 2, a slope of negative 5, You kind of get off the page a little bit when you do a slope.
Go upwards.
Okay? Yeah, if you go up, you don't, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over 1. It's very, guys, as the slope number gets bigger, the line gets steeper. You guys figured that out yet?
Yeah.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just going to eyeball it.
Do you have to do that?
You should always get 3 points. Yes.
Why?
Dude, you're like Debbie Downer lately. Be more positive.
Oh, yeah, really.
All right, last one, go.
Debbie.
We already have. It says it's on the side of Tracy's head.
Issues. Let's go. Miss Vicky, why would you start solving J? You're the only Vicky in here. Don't look at me like, me, Vicky? Add 3x to both sides.
The straight line next to the A, will it make a straight line? Like, look at the A.
Yeah.
Like that, and then you draw it, it will just be perfect.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
It's hard to get through the line. I'll do it on this one. We'll see how it works. Keep going, Vicky. You're doing great. Divide both sides by 4. What does y equal? See if you guys get this.
4.
Say it loud and proud. No, not 3x minus 1. You forgot to divide your 3 by 4. It's going to be a fraction.
3/4.
Yeah, 3/4 x. Guys, on this right side, you need to have 3/4 x and then minus 1. Fix it. What's the slope of that line? Vicky? And the y-intercept? Okay. So, -1. And then a slope of 3/4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll see if the line does. Hard to.
Yeah. I do it.
No, click a point. Click 2 points.
Use a marker. Use a marker. It will work better with the marker. Yeah. Don't use your finger. Use a marker.
There it is.
Wow.
Why does it make it turn?
Just trying to delete it.
Doesn't matter.
It does make a nice line though, but there needs to be something where it's got an arrow on each end, you know?
It does have arrows. It's tiny.
I don't think it does. That's a ray.
Oh, the green
bottom one.
The bottom one, yeah.
Green one.
There needs to be one where it's got an arrow
Oh,
on it.
right there. Green one is.
Green one.
Oh yeah, the green one works.
Nice. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And it has the points.
Right, has little dashed lines. All right, signing off.